If you've ever needed glasses to read a menu, braces to straighten your teeth, or a pill just to survive allergy season, this is why. And it's about to get worse. In 100,000 years, humans may not be taller, stronger, or smarter. We may be weaker, sicklier, and more dependent on technology than any creature that has ever existed. And the strangest part? Evolution is doing this to us on purpose. We tell ourselves a comforting story about evolution. We imagine it as a slow climb upward, a staircase that always leads to something better, something fitter, something more perfect than what came before. Survival of the fittest, we say, as if the word fittest guarantees improvement. But evolution has no goal. It does not care about strong. It does not care about healthy. It cares about one thing only, whether your genes make it into the next generation. And once you understand that, the future of the human body starts to look very different. To see where we're going, you have to see where we started. For roughly 300,000 years, the human body was forged by a brutal editor. Every generation, nature ran the same merciless test. If your eyesight was poor, you couldn't spot the predator, and you died before you had children. If your immune system was weak, an infection took you at 5 years old. If your jaw was too small for your teeth, an abscess could kill you. The pressure was constant, and the result was a body sharpened by death. This is the part people misunderstand. Ancient humans were not healthier because they lived cleaner lives. They were healthier as a population because the unhealthy ones were removed before they could pass anything on. Every harmful mutation, every fragile gene, every weak trait was aggressively filtered out, generation after generation, by nothing more sophisticated than early death. Natural selection wasn't building a better human, it was deleting the worse ones. And for hundreds of thousands of years, that delete key never stopped pressing. Then, in the blink of an evolutionary eye, we broke the machine. Somewhere in the last 10,000 years, and dramatically in the last 200, humans invented a way to opt out of the test. We built agriculture, so bad hunters no longer starved. We built medicine, so weak immune systems no longer meant death. We built glasses, so poor eyesight stopped being fatal. We built entire civilizations whose central purpose, whether we admit it or not, is to keep alive the exact people evolution used to erase. Think about what that actually means for your genes. A child born today with severe nearsightedness will grow up, thrive, and have children of their own. 200 generations ago, that same child likely would not have survived to reproduce. The gene that blurred their vision would have died with them. Today, it survives. It gets passed on. It spreads. And multiply that across thousands of once lethal traits, and you begin to see the quiet machinery of a species relaxing its own standards. Scientists have a name for this. They call it relaxed selection. It means the pressure that once trimmed away our weaknesses has been switched off. And the evidence is already written on your own body. Human jaws have been shrinking for thousands of years, which is exactly why wisdom teeth no longer fit and why crooked teeth are so common. Our bones are measurably lighter and thinner than those of our ancestors. Our muscles are weaker. Our very skeletons are becoming more delicate with each passing millennium. And here's the uncomfortable twist. The traits that once killed us are not the only things we're keeping. We may actually be accumulating them. There is a theory in genetics that our collective genome is slowly gathering mildly harmful mutations, tiny genetic errors that in the past would have been weeded out, but which now simply persist because they no longer cost us our lives. Each one is small. Each one is survivable. But they add up. Generation after generation, like dust settling on a machine nobody switches off to clean. So project that forward across 100,000 years. If medicine keeps advancing, and there's every reason to think it will, then more and more genetic weaknesses become survivable, and more of them get passed down. The human of the far future may have eyes that barely function without correction, immune systems that collapse without pharmaceuticals, teeth that don't align, muscles that soften without artificial help. Not because evolution failed, but because we removed the very force that once kept us robust. Now, before you despair, there's a crucial counterweight to this, because evolution has not gone silent. It has simply changed what it selects for. We are still evolving, and fast. In the last few thousand years, human populations evolved the ability to digest milk as adults. We evolved resistance to malaria and to the plague. Tibetans evolved to thrive on thin mountain air in just a few thousand years. The delete key still works. It's just pressing different keys now. And that's the real reframe. Evolution isn't making us weaker in some absolute cosmic sense. It's making us weaker at the things civilization now handles for us. and it's quietly optimizing us for the world we actually live in. A world of dense cities, processed food, novel diseases, screens, and stress. Our future descendants may struggle to survive a single day in the wild, and it will not matter in the slightest, because none of them will ever need to. They'll be perfectly adapted, just not to nature. So will humans look weaker and sicklier in 100,000 years? By the standards of a Stone Age hunter, almost certainly yes. Softer bones, smaller jaws, poorer eyes, bodies that cannot function without the technology we build around them. But weakness is only weakness relative to a challenge. We didn't lose our strength by accident. We traded it. We handed our survival over to civilization, and in return, evolution stopped forcing us to be tough. Genes remember what the tools replaced. Every filling in your mouth, every prescription in your cabinet, every pair of glasses on your face is a small monument to a trait evolution would once have deleted, and now, thanks to you, will be inherited by someone not yet born. We are the first species to shield our own weaknesses from the force that made us. What that does to us over the next 100,000 years is a story still being written, one mutation at a time. If the deep story of what our bodies used to be fascinates you, the video on screen right now carries it even further back, into who the first people really were, and how their world still lives inside you. Go ahead and let it play.